at $213.17 after the company announced it has fully sold its newest issue of stock. In doing so, it's raised $1.1 billion. The balance sheet at GameStop looking a lot better now than it was a couple of months ago. AMC's up 3%, $57.34. As far as Canada's main stock benchmark is concerned, we have the TSX higher. It's up 32 points to 20,188. Price of oil is backing off just a little bit. Still above $73, but oil's down 58 cents, 73.08 the barrel. Gold at 1,779. Canadian dollar at 81.1 cents US. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Sutter.
It didn't happen far away. It didn't happen a long time ago. It happened here in our lifetime. Over 150,000 Indigenous children were taken away to residential schools. They lost their language, tradition, and teaching. And over 4,100 of those children lost their lives. We might feel helpless in the face of this tragedy, but we aren't. We can do something. We can listen. On Wednesday, June 30th, Canadian radio in partnership with the Fund will come together to listen to
Fan團
in Canada, sharing stories, to learn. Wednesday, June 30th, a day to listen. To learn more, visit downeywenjack.ca.
City News Time, 3 o'clock. Number 1.
咁會有咩音樂？
City News, now on 101.1 FM and 1310 AM.
Hey, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, June 22nd. I'm Mark Day.
I'm Sarah Buchan. Right now in Ottawa and in Smith Falls, cloudy skies and 15 degrees. Here's what's making news right now.
The Prime Minister says his government is looking to unveil more details on border reopening in the coming weeks, not months, but he says they'll be taking a cautious approach.
We're learning about a serious incident at Premier Ford's home last night. A man with a butcher knife showed up shouting threats. He was immediately arrested. More in moments.
Calls for City Council to punish the chair of Ottawa's Planning Committee.
Adhere to the recommendations of their own integrity commissioner.
If not, some worry this conflict of interest investigation will spark more cynicism in democracy. The Habs and Golden Knights get set for Game 5 this evening from Vegas. The Blue Jays open a 2-game set with the Marlins. Sports at 15.
The buyers out on North American exchanges again. TSX down, NASDAQ gaining ground, and a bit of a recovery for Bitcoin. Business at 25th.
City News Time, 3:01.
City News, traffic and weather together on the ones. Now with Ottawa on the Valley's most frequent traffic reports. Here's Gord Taylor. Oh, good afternoon. We have delays on the Queensway in both directions approaching Rochester due to construction. Eastbound slows down at Carling and westbound from just after Nicholas Street to Rochester. There's also delays southbound of Vanier Parkway approaching Coventry. We have some work to watch out for at Eagleson and Hazeldean, also Kilbourne at Alta Vista. A message for Canadian Blood Services. There's an immediate need for blood across Canada. Over 7,300 appointments need to be filled by Canada Day. Look now at blood.ca. For the forecast for Ottawa and the Valley, here's weather specialist John Wilson.
Mostly cloudy. There may be a few breaks, but cloud seems to want to fill in because it's much cooler aloft and now cooler at the surface, and it's still a little bit humid after yesterday's cold front. So clearing tonight, 7 degrees, and then sunny to partly sunny tomorrow. Those clouds form in the afternoon. A little warmer, 22. Warmer still Thursday and Friday, partly sunny, 26, then 27. Tonight's low 7.
Right now in Ottawa and in Smith Falls, we've got mostly cloudy skies and 15 degrees. We'll have another check of traffic and weather together in less than 10 minutes. City News Time is 3:02.
Well, the Prime Minister is promising more details on the reopening of our border in the coming weeks.
Our Parliament Hill reporter, Cormac McSweeney, has more.
Amid pressure for a full comprehensive plan to reopen the border, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says if all goes well, his government should be unveiling the next steps in weeks, not months. This comes a day after his government announced fully vaccinated travelers currently allowed to enter the country will be exempt from quarantine beginning July 5th. But Trudeau warns with reopening they have to be careful and keep an eye on vaccination rates and COVID cases at home and around the world.
Every step of the way, we're going to be cautious,
and responsible in the way we move forward. We're all eager to get back to normal, but we're going to make sure we're doing it in a way that is safe for Canadians. The feds have extended restrictions on non-essential travel to July 21st for all international crossings, including with the U.S. The government says it will be consulting with federal health officials in the lead up to that deadline. Cormac leaves 20 Parliament Hill. Ottawa Public Health confirms 8 new cases of COVID-19. Active cases, hospitalizations continuing to drop in the capital. Leads Grenville Lanark in Renfrew County District Health units. No cases today. Public Health of Ontario removing 8 cases from Eastern Ontario Health units of COVID case totals. Comes out of 290. Province-wide, and health officials in the province say 80 of those are actually from last year. There are cases from Toronto from last year, 60 deaths from today's report, but 54 of those are from previous dates.
City News Time is 3:04. Lots of discussion about people traveling to other health regions to get their COVID-19 vaccination, but local health unit officials don't think it's a big deal. What's more of a concern, they say, is the people who are trying to pick and choose which vaccine they get. That's also called vaccine shopping. It's a delay that amplifies the risk of a possible fourth wave of COVID-19. Our City News reporter Eric O'Brien with the story.
Medical Officer Health Dr. Paul Miliota says people traveling to getting faster second dose of vaccine between health units is a non-issue. The numbers pretty much balance themselves, but more importantly, the vaccine rollout is a provincial effort, and the more vaccines that get into arms, the more we're all protected. However, he says what's far more problematic is that others have been canceling their appointments if they can't get the vaccine they want.
It's their decision, but we try to, give them the evidence and confidence that it's a good idea to get it in there and not delay. Why delay?
Dr. Miliota says people need to get a second dose as we move into step 2 and 3 of the reopening. He says this is the only way to ensure a successful reopening and to move forward without looking back. Eric O'Brien, City News. City News Time 3:05. Well, 1/5 of Quebecers are now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The province's Public Health Institute saying today about 80.4% of Quebecers 12 and up have received at least one dose of vaccine, while 20% of the population is fully inoculated. In Quebec today, there were reports 4 more deaths, 84 cases, including 3 new cases in Outaouais.
City News Time is 3:06. A scary and dangerous scene played out at Premier Doug Ford's house last night. Our Richard Southern has more on the incident that resulted in an arrest.
A man brandishing a large butcher knife showed up to Ford's Ottawa home last night. He was uttering threats. Police say he slashed several cars' tires before being arrested by an OCP officer who was on the scene. Premier Premier is entitled to round-the-clock OCP protection. Arrested is 44-year-old George Naris, charged by Toronto Police with possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose and 11 counts of mischief. Nobody was hurt. While nothing this serious has happened, the Premier has dealt with protests outside his home. Said this last November. Neighbors are being NDP leader Andrea Horvath says horrifying news by Doug and his family. Richard Southern.
Hearing officers of the Parole Board of Canada took about an hour before denying parole to teen killer serial rapist Paul Bernardo. Parents accused of his victims recounted the enduring pain of his twisted crimes and warned he should never be released. Bernardo has been serving a life sentence for kidnapping, torturing, and the killing of Christian French and Leslie Mahaffey in the early 1990s near St. Catharines. One of the officers told Bernardo that his understanding and insight remain limited. Aaron Gauci says Bernardo has not shown that risk of offending can be managed in the community.
City News Time is at 3:07 as Ottawa City Council digests a stunning Integrity Commissioner's report into the chair of the Planning Committee. Some are calling for the firm punishments contained there that are recommended to be implemented. Our Jason White reports it seems less about vengeance, but more about concerns about the state of our democracy.
The Integrity Commissioner's probe into a conflict of interest complaint has come back with a recommendation to take Barhaven Councillor Jan Harder off of the Planning Committee she chairs for the rest of this term, and to suspend her pay for 15 days.
So it's really up to the mayor to demonstrate whether or not they're going to adhere to the recommendations of their own integrity commission.
Rob Barnes with Ecology Ottawa tells the Rob Snow Show he's worried that not handing out the penalties recommended could increase cynicism. Nothing else, citizens' engagement would be left to officials.
They're going to be making decisions with no public input, and, our municipal democracy will be kind of weaker for it.
Most councillors wouldn't comment to City News before tomorrow's meeting, but Bay Board's Teresa Kavanaugh says the optics are bad, and the council should accept the Integrity Commissioner's findings. Jason White, City News.
Well, Canada's military ombudsman has released a scathing review on the current misconduct situation in the armed forces and demanding the federal government give his office independence and oversight powers. Ombudsman Greg Lick says over the last 30 years, numerous scandals have led to calls for external oversight of the armed forces. Commitments to do so from military leadership, several governments have been a facade.
When leaders turn a blind eye to our recommendations and concerns in order to advance political interests and their own self-preservation or career advancement, it is the members of the defense community that suffer.
Well, Lick says there's still a culture in the military that insulates bad actors and silences the victims.
City News time is 3:09. Walt Disney World is planning a massive celebration in honor of its 50th anniversary.
After years spent planning and developing Walt Disney's magical dream, Disney World officially opened its gates in Orlando, Florida on October 1st, 1971. Since then, the vacation destination has expanded from Magic Kingdom to include Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. And as Disney World marks 50 years on October 1st, the company is planning to celebrate for 18 months. A number of special events will be taking place at each of the parks, and on the official anniversary, a new French-themed restaurant will make its debut in Epcot. At the Business Center, I'm Carl Darnay. Your cousin is banned from Disney for life.
I don't think so. I was just saying the things that stick with you when you're 11 years old and you go to Disney World for the first time, and the Peter Pan ride, and so you go out through the window like you're flying with Peter Pan and Wendy and the children. And my cousin Eddie leaned out and spit on Big Ben because he's a terrible person. Well, he was when he was a child.
Yeah,
my understanding now, he's a lot better, and he's also a doctor.
I wonder if he tells that story today.
Well, I do.
Yeah, you do. And everyone hears it. Traffic and weather coming up in a minute, and we'll take a look and find out where gas prices are heading.
It's because my voice carries. City News time 310.
The clear choice for the news that matters to Ottawa and the Valley.
This is City News
On 101.1 FM and 1310 AM. Power and torque? Yep. Innovation? Not even a question. Hear that? That's the sound of tough. Now build your 2021 F-150 your way with features like available full power onboard and best-in-class available towing and payload. Order yours and get a $1,000 factory order bonus. Plus get 1.49% APR purchase financing for up to 72 months on select new 2021 F-150 models. Contact your Ford dealer of Ottawa or visit Ford.ca for details.
Cheers to summer. Cheers to getting outdoors. And here's to a healthy you. Healthy Planet is your essential source for high-quality vitamins, sports nutrition, and more. Now through July 14th, save on tons of items, including 20% off Vega entire line and Benefits by Nature cacao powder, 454 grams. Buy one, get one free. Healthy Planet, serving you safely in-store, curbside, and online at healthyplanetcanada.com. Live life healthy.
City News time, 3:11 time for City News. Traffic and weather together on the ones now with Ottawa and the Valley's most frequent traffic reports. Here's Gord Taylor. No collisions from Ottawa Police, but Gatineau Police dealing with a collision at the Saint-Louis and Dillingham, causing delays in both directions. Seems like a couple of vehicles involved. Seeing some construction delays on Lucerne, just west of the Champlain Bridge. It's slow in both directions. The Queensway is jammed up eastbound from Carling through to Rochester and westbound just after Nicholas to Rochester. No delays on the 174 rolling into Orleans. It's Sale Madness at O'Benry stores in Gatineau and Gallery to Halt. Enjoy up to 50% off on selected spring-summer styles. Details in-store and at O'Benry.com. For the forecast for Ottawa and the Valley, here's weather specialist John Wilson.
Cool and still humid air following yesterday's cold front. That means any sun that comes out heats the air and the humidity up into clouds again, and they fill in like they've done. And mostly cloudy. A few sunny breaks, but they'll just make more clouds this afternoon and evening. Clearing tonight, actually, 7 degrees below. Well, it's certainly cooler, but it starts to warm up quickly. sunny to partly sunny tomorrow and a 22-degree high. Then Thursday and Friday, partly sunny and warmer still, 26, then 27. Saturday, sorry, it's going to be wet. Tonight's low 7.
It's cool this afternoon. Ottawa, mostly cloudy, 15 right now, and in Smiths Falls, overcast, and 16.
Traffic for Sportsnet. Tim McCallum has friends. Seriously. And they really know sports. Check out Tim and Friends on Sportsnet.
And now the city news. Gas price update. Enpro predicts price of gas. Temperature dropping, but gas prices are going up. $1.33.9 going up a cent tonight. Again, $1.33.9 a liter at most stations. Time now for the Market Minute. Here's Richard Southern.
About 45 minutes left of the trading day, and the main stock benchmark holding on to gains in Toronto. The TSX is up 32 points to 20,188, even as commodities pull back a little bit. Got gold down to 1,870 and oil down a bit to 73.08. On Wall Street, the Dow is strengthening. It's up 160 points now, 1/3%. The Nasdaq's up 100 points even. Canadian dollar higher to 81.25 cents U.S. at the Business Center. I'm Richard Southern.
Right about now, we could all use a fresh change. So at Orm's Furniture, we're ready to welcome you back with a fresh new look. Throughout the lockdown, we've changed just about everything, except our people. No layoffs here. It's a brand new showroom full of new stuff that just screams, take me home. Yes, it's a breath of fresh air. Even new look, same people. Orm's Furniture on Bay Street. You're ready for the good stuff. Just click Orm's Furniture.
個位置你將每年嘅蘋果就係行到尾年嘅坑級同埋個 band 啊嘛。
The Canadian Health Recovery Centre is Canada's most innovative, evidence-based treatment center designed specifically for men. CHRC's program focuses on the underlying issues, including biochemical and neurological imbalances that can drive addiction. With the right help, change is possible. Invest in your life today. Visit CanadianHealthRecoveryCentre.ca.
And 15 in Ottawa, overcast 16 in Smiths Falls. From the City News Broadcast Center, I'm Mark Day. Thank you for listening this afternoon. Here's what's making news right now. The Prime Minister is promising more details on the reopening of our border in the coming weeks amid pressure for a full comprehensive plan for reopening the border. The Prime Minister says if all goes well, his government should be unveiling the next steps in weeks, not months. The province remains below 300 for daily COVID cases today, 296. 8 cases in Ottawa. It's the first time it's been under 10 since last September. And 8 cases, no cases leads Grenville or Renfrew County or in eastern Ontario and in the
only 8 cases.
3 cases of COVID-19 reported. City News Time, 3:15. Now sports from Sportsnet Radio. Here's Ben Lewis.
It'll be a critical road matchup for Montreal. The Habs will skate back into Vegas to meet the Golden Knights in Game 5 of their Stanley Cup playoff semifinal, with the series all tied up at 2. Vegas yet to name their starting goaltender for this one, though it looks like it could be Marc-Andre Fleury. They did start Robin Lehner in Game 4, picking up a 2-1 overtime win. Face-off tonight set for 9 o'clock. Catch it on Sportsnet and the CBC. Outfielder George Springer has been activated by Toronto as the Blue Jays open a 2-game set in Miami against the Marlins. Springer just about to speak to the media. It's unclear if he will get the start tonight. The Jays are 35-35 overall. Right-hander Ron Stripling on the mound. First pitch wise just after 7. Listen live to it here. Watch it on Sportsnet 1. NBA playoff action continues tonight from Phoenix as the Suns are home to the Clippers in Game 2. No Chris Paul for Phoenix. LA is again missing superstar Kawhi Leonard. Tip goes at 9 o'clock. Meantime, the league's draft lottery is set for 8:30. The Raptors have a 7% chance of landing the first overall pick. The draft will be held July 29th. In tennis from the Eastport International, Canadian Bianca Andreescu defeated Christina McHale in 3 sets. She's through to the round of 16 and underway now at the Euro Cup. England taking on Czech Republic. Both teams have already booked their place through the group stage. Croatia is facing Scotland. The winner of this match will move on. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at ottawa.citynews.ca. From the Sports Center, I'm Ben Lewis.
You've now made your contribution to your RSPs for the 2020 tax year. Just one more thing to do. Check your rate of return. You can Transfer your RSPs to Advanced Mortgage Investment Corporation with a proven 6-year compounded return of 7.7% by buying preferred shares in a pool of professionally underwritten local alternative mortgages secured by real estate assets. Make your RSPs, RESPs, and TFSAs work for you. Learn more at advancedmic.com.
For 114 years, the Financial Post has brought breaking business news, views, and identity insights to your door. Now they're delivering it directly to your inbox with 5 new weekly briefs bringing clarity and analysis to the economy, the workplace, energy, finance, and investing, delivered right to your inbox. More depth, more insight, more clarity. This is business. Focus. Sign up for free at financialpost.com/newsletters.
City News Time 3:18. Former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is vowing to bring down the country's new, diverse, and fragile government.
Israel's new Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and his broad coalition survived its first no-confidence motions. Lacking the votes, the motions were widely seen as a political stunt by opposition leader Benjamin Netanyahu, ousted from power less than 10 days ago. On trial for corruption, Netanyahu now facing new accusations that he ordered the shredding of official documents, what would be illegal before Bennett took over. Israel's Attorney General examining the allegations. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Well, the powerful sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is dismissing prospects for an early resumption of diplomacy with the U.S.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan saying Kim Jong-un was sending a, quote, interesting signal when he said North Korea was preparing for either dialogue or confrontation with the U.S. But Kim's sister shooting down negotiation prospects, saying the U.S. has wrong expectations. Her statement comes a day after U.S. Special Representative for North Korea said the U.S. has offered to meet with the North anywhere, anytime, without preconditions, and looks forward to Pyongyang responding positively to the overtures. Inez Deliquatera, ABC News, at the Foreign Desk.
And owners of a new vacation spot in Cape Breton hope Rita McNeil's enduring legacy will draw fans to their sprawling property. The late East Coast singer-songwriter's former 6-acre home in Coxheath, Nova Scotia, has been repurposed as a 3-unit Airbnb rental called Rita's Retreat. Guests can sit in her grand piano or swim in the 15-meter saltwater pool chosen by McNeil when she helped design that home back in 1991. The backyard features a beloved garden and a chair. The owners say she wrote one of her best-known songs. Takes me back home. Traffic and weather coming up in a minute. City News Time, 3:20.
As we continue to live through the pandemic,
3, 4, 5 times a day.
for the latest on the vaccine and what's happening with schools, healthcare, and the economy,
We're here for you
this is City News.
on 101.1 FM and Thursday at 10 a.m. Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. This is Sarah. How can I help?
I've been thinking.
What have you been thinking about?
I decided I should declutter more often because it's an important part of a balanced and healthy life.
Have you ever noticed that 1-800-GOT-JUNK has a question mark at the end of it?
Yes, I have noticed that.
We make junk disappear.
All I have to do is point.
All you have to do is point.
Can you come right now?
We're on our way.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
City News Time, 3:21. Time for City News. Traffic and weather together on the ones. Let's get a check of the roads right now. Here's Gord Taylor.
Organic collision in Gatineau at Saint Louis and Dilla Gap. There are delays in both directions on Saint Louis. Because of that, it's busy on the Queensway eastbound from Carling to Rochester and westbound from Metcalfe to Rochester. The rest of the highways are moving well. They find a maintenance crew working the way on the 416 between the 417 and Fallowfield. It's a mobile lane reduction for maintenance till about 11 o'clock tonight. Today and tomorrow, get $50 off when you spend $200 or more at thebay.com. Now that's a Hudson Bay Prime offer. Online only. Exclusions apply. With a forecast for Ottawa and the Valley, here's weather specialist John Wilson.
Clearing tonight. We've got mostly cloudy sky. We'll see a few breaks along the way, but the minute the sun comes out, it just heats the humidity and makes more clouds. So it'll have to wait till tonight to clear, and 7 overnight, and then 22 tomorrow. Sunny to partly sunny with those clouds forming in the afternoon again. Thursday and Friday, also a mix of sun and cloud. Warmer, 26 and 27. Showers Saturday, tonight's low 7.
Yeah, it's cool today. Mostly cloudy in Ottawa right now, 15. And in Smith Falls, overcast and 16.
Every day, more and more people across Ontario are receiving their COVID-19 vaccines. Health Canada approved vaccines are conveniently available in hospitals, doctor's offices, pharmacies, and mass vaccination sites. And every dose brings us closer to what we say. So join millions of Ontarians. Do your part and get your shot. Visit ontario.ca/bookvaccine. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
City News Time 3:23. More details today on what is being described as the biggest international drug bust in Ontario Toronto Police Service history. Paula Qureshi joins us with more on some staggering news of the haul worth more than $60 million.
Toronto police are calling this the biggest international drug takedown in their history.
The size and scope of this investigation, in terms of drugs seized and potential harm caused, has never been seen before in the history of our service.
Police Chief Jim Raymer says Project Brissa lasted 9 months, resulting in the seizure of $61 million of cocaine, methamphetamine, and cash.
Which investigators believe originated in Mexico and made its way to Canada through the United States.
The transport was done 100 kilos of drugs at a time on transport trucks through a complex system. In all, 20 people have been arrested, facing 183 charges. I'm Owen Qureshi.
Time to have some fun and to get out and enjoy the summer weather. And the Interzip Rogers is now open. The first rider soaring across the interprovincial border today, 120 feet above the Ottawa River. An opening ceremony took place this afternoon at the Zibi site. The mayor was there. Greg Fergus from Gatineau, local politicians on hand. Mallory Ducharme and Charles Armand Turpin. They got the first ride. They donated $27,000 to local charities with an online auction for their honor, and they were the first to cross the river. The zip line will be open 7 days a week from 2 to 8 weekdays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. on the weekends. Tickets are $39.99 for adults and $29 for kids 12 and under. Ticket holders are asked to select their date and time when they visit the time of purchase. For more information on how you can get tickets to the Interzip Rogers, just head to our website, ottawa.citynews.ca. Business news is next. City News Time 3:25.
It's the Guru and Venturan. Sing along.
Quickly to come back up.
Inside a Subaru. Enjoy great rates, really great from 0.5% and shop safely at the Adventure On event. It's been a challenging year for your business, and you got through it by knowing you'd be able to say those 3 important words again.
Yes, we're open.
Yes, we're open.
Yes, we're open.
Now more than ever, it's important to reconnect with your customers because they need you too. We can help you reach them with traditional advertising or advanced data-driven digital solutions that go well beyond this radio station. Let us help you share your news.
Yes, we're open.
Contact us at ottawa.citynews.ca.
City News Time 3:26. Now the business report. Here's Richard Southern.
Fast food chains right now are using new and oftentimes quirky menu items to try and bring
你直接買攰就唔係多其他嘢係嘛？咁我唔係啊，你特講
customers online and get the order virtually. And McDonald's is out with a new burger or a variation of a popular burger. They're calling it the biggest burger they never sold. It's called the Grand Big Mac. It's a large-size version of the iconic Big Mac sandwich from the Golden Arches, made with larger beef patties. It clocks in at 570 calories, 47 grams of fat, and 910 milligrams of sodium. In announcing this, McDonald's pointing out again that it's sourcing 100% Canadian beef for this. McDonald's stock higher. It's up almost 0.5%, $233.99. Pretty beefy performance for the main stock benchmarks here. Up the Dow right now up 127 points, back above 34K. The S&P is close to a record. It's up 0.6%. The Nasdaq's up 113 points. All this as the U.S. Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell speaks before the U.S. Senate. He says that the Fed in the States sees inflation there accelerating, but
跳去嘛？唔係啊，地收收，計好就等於。